Trenton, New Jersey. Trenton is the capital city of the U.S. state of New Jersey and the county seat of Mercer County. It briefly served as the capital of the United States in 1784. The city's metropolitan area, consisting of Mercer County, is grouped with the New York Combined Statistical Area by the United States Census Bureau, but it directly borders the Philadelphia metropolitan area and was from 1990 until 2000 part of the Philadelphia Combined Statistical Area. As of the 2010 United States Census, Trenton had a population of 84,913, making it the state's 10th largest municipality after having been the state's 9th largest municipality in 2000. The population declined by 490.6% from the 85,403 counted in the 2000 census, which had in turn declined by 3,272 minus 3.7% from the 88,675 counted in the 1990 census. The Census Bureau's Population Estimates Program calculated that the city's population was 83,203 in 2019, ranking the city the 413th most populous in the country. Trenton dates back at least to June 3, 1719, when mention was made of a constable being appointed for Trenton while the area was still part of Hunterdon County. Boundaries were recorded for Trenton Township as of March 2, 1720. A courthouse and jail were constructed in Trenton around 1720, and the freeholders of Hunterdon County met annually in Trenton. Trenton became New Jersey's capital as of November 25, 1790, and the city of Trenton was formed within Trenton Township on November 13, 1792. Trenton Township was incorporated as one of New Jersey's initial group of 104 townships by an act of the New Jersey Legislature on February 21, 1798. On February 22, 1834, portions of Trenton Township were taken to form Ewing Township. The remaining portion of Trenton Township was absorbed by the City of Trenton on April 10, 1837. A series of annexations took place over a 50-year period, with the city absorbing South Trenton Borough April 14, 1851, portions of Nottingham Township April 14, 1856, both the Borough of Chambersburg Township and Millham Township both on March 30, 1888, as well as Wilbur Borough February. Portions of Ewing Township and Hamilton Township were annexed to Trenton on March 23, 1900. History. The earliest known inhabitants of the area that is today Trenton were the Lenape Native Americans. The first European settlement in what would become Trenton was established by Quakers in 1679 in the region then called the Falls of the Delaware, led by Mahlon Stacy from Handsworth. Quakers were being persecuted in England at this time, and North America provided an opportunity to exercise their religious freedom. By 1719, the town adopted the name Trent Town after William Trent, one of its leading landholders who purchased much of the surrounding land from Stacy's family. This name later was shortened to Trenton. During the American Revolutionary War, the city was the site of the Battle of Trenton, George Washington's first military victory. On December 25, 1776, Washington and his army, after crossing the icy Delaware River to Trenton, defeated the Hessian troops garrisoned there. The Second Battle of Trenton, Battle of the Assunpink Creek, was fought here on January 2, 1777. After the war, the Congress of the Confederation met for 2 months at the French Arms Tavern from November 1, 1784 to December 24, 1784. While the city was preferred by New England and other northern states as a permanent capital for the new country, the southern states ultimately prevailed in their choice of a location south of the Mason-Dixon line. On April 21, 1789, the city hosted a reception for George Washington on his journey to New York City for his first inauguration. Trenton became the state capital in 1790, but prior to that year the New Jersey Legislature often met in the city. The city was incorporated in 1792. In 1799, the federal government relocated its offices to Trenton for a period of several months, following an outbreak of yellow fever in the then capital of Philadelphia. During the War of 1812, the United States Army's primary hospital was at a site on Broad Street. Throughout the 19th century, Trenton grew steadily as European immigrants came to work in its pottery and wire rope mills. In 1837, with the population now too large for government by council, a new mayoral government was adopted, with bylaws that remain in operation to this day. The Trenton Six were a group of black men arrested for the alleged murder of an elderly white shopkeeper in January 1948 with a soda bottle. They were arrested without warrants, denied lawyers, and sentenced to death based on what were described as coerced confessions. With the involvement of the Communist Party and the NOP, eventually the accused men, with the exception of one who died in prison, were released. The incident was the subject of the book Jersey Justice, the story of the Trenton Six, written by Kathy Nepper. Riots of 1968. The Trenton riots of 1968 were a major civil disturbance that took place during the week following the assassination of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis on April 4. Race riots broke out nationwide following the murder of the civil rights activist. More than 200 Trenton businesses, mostly in downtown, were ransacked and burned. More than 300 people, most of them young black men, were arrested on charges ranging from assault and arson to looting and violating the mayor's emergency curfew. In addition to 16 injured policemen, 15 firefighters were treated at city hospitals for smoke inhalation, burns, sprains, and cuts suffered while fighting raging blazes or for injuries inflicted by rioters. Citizens of Trenton's urban core often pulled false alarms and would then throw bricks at firefighters responding to the alarm boxes. This experience, along with similar experiences in other major cities, effectively ended the use of open cab fire engines. As an interim measure, the Trenton Fire Department fabricated temporary cab enclosures from steel deck plating until new equipment could be obtained. The losses incurred by downtown businesses were initially estimated by the city to be $7 million, but the total of insurance claims and settlements came to $2.05 million. Trenton's Battle Monument neighborhood was hardest hit. Since the 1950s, North Trenton had witnessed a steady exodus of middle-class residents, and the riots spelled the end for North Trenton. By the 1970s, the region had become one of the most blighted and crime-ridden in the city. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city had a total area of 8.21 square mile, 21.25 km2, including 7.58 square miles, 19.63 km2 of land, and 0.63 square miles, 1.62 km2 of water, 7.62%. Several bridges across the Delaware River connect Trenton to Morrisville, Pennsylvania, all of which are operated by the Delaware River Joint Toll Bridge Commission. The Trenton-Morrisville Toll Bridge, originally constructed in 1952, stretches 1,324 feet 404 m, carrying U.S. Route 1. The Lower Trenton Bridge, bearing the legend "Trenton Makes the World Takes Bridge," is a 1,022-foot 312 m span that was constructed in 1928 on the site of a bridge that dates back to 1804. The Calhoun Street Bridge, dating back to 1884, is 1,274 feet 388 m long. Trenton is located near the geographic center of the state, which is located 5 miles 8.0 km southeast of the city. The city is sometimes included as part of North Jersey and as the southernmost city of the tri-state region, while others consider it a part of South Jersey and thus the northernmost city of the Delaware Valley. However, Mercer County constitutes its own metropolitan statistical area, formerly known as the Trenton-Princeton MSA. Locals consider Trenton to be a part of an ambiguous area known as Central Jersey, and thus part of neither region. They are generally split as to whether they are within New York or Philadelphia's sphere of influence. While it is geographically closer to Philadelphia, many people who have recently moved to the area commute to New York City and have moved there to escape the New York region's high housing costs. Trenton is one of two state capitals that border another state, the other being Carson City, Nevada. It is also one of the 7 state capitals located within the Piedmont Plateau. Trenton borders Ewing Township, Hamilton Township, and Lawrence Township in Mercer County, and Falls Township, Lower Makefield Township, and Morrisville in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, across the Delaware River in Pennsylvania. The northeast corridor goes through Trenton. A straight line drawn between Center City, Philadelphia, and downtown Manhattan would pass within 2,000 feet of the New Jersey State House. Neighborhoods. The city of Trenton is home to numerous neighborhoods and sub-neighborhoods. The main neighborhoods are taken from the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. Trenton was once home to large Italian, Hungarian, and Jewish communities, but since the 1950s, demographic shifts have changed the city into a relatively segregated urban enclave of middle and lower income African Americans. Italians are scattered throughout the city, but a distinct Italian. This community has been in decline since the 1970s, largely due to economic and social shifts to the suburbs surrounding the city. Today, Chambersburg has a large Latino community. Many of the Latino immigrants are from Mexico, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. There is also a significant and growing Asian community in the Chambersburg neighborhood, primarily made up of Burmese and Bhutanese/Nepali refugees. The North Ward, once a mecca for the city's middle class, is now one of the most economically distressed, torn apart by race riots following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968. Nonetheless, the area still retains many important architectural and historic sites. North Trenton still has a large Polish-American neighborhood that borders Lawrence Township. St. Hedwig's Church was built in 1904 by Polish immigrants, many of whose families still attend the church. North Trenton is also home to the historic Shiloh Baptist Church, one of the largest houses of worship in Trenton and the oldest African-American church in the city. Founded in 1888. The church is currently pastored by Reverend Darrell L. Armstrong, who carried the Olympic torch in 2002 for the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Also located just at the southern tip of North Trenton is the city's Battle Monument, also known as 5 Points. It is a 150 ft 46 m structure that marks the spot where George Washington's Continental Army launched the Battle of Trenton during the American Revolutionary War. It faces downtown Trenton and is a symbol of the city's historic past. South Ward is a diverse neighborhood, home to many Latin American, Italian American, and African American residents. East Ward is the smallest neighborhood in Trenton and is home to the Trenton Transit Center and Trenton Central High School. The Chambersburg neighborhood is within the East Ward and was once noted in the region as a destination for its many Italian restaurants and pizzerias. With changing demographics, many of these businesses have either closed or relocated to suburban locations. West Ward is the home of Trenton's more suburban neighborhoods. Neighborhoods in the city include climate. According to the Köppen climate classification, Trenton lies in the transition from a humid subtropical CFA to a cooler humid continental climate DFA, favoring the former, with 4 seasons of approximately equal length and precipitation fairly evenly distributed through the year. The CFA climate is the result of adiabatic warming of the Appalachians, low altitude, and proximity to the coast without being on the immediate edge for moderate temperatures. Winters are cold and damp. The daily average temperature in January is 32.0 deg F0.0 deg C, and temperatures at or below 10 deg F12 deg C occur on 3.9 nights annually, while there are 17 days where the temperature fails to rise above freezing. Episodes of extreme cold and wind can occur, with wind chill values below 0 deg F18 deg C. The plant hardness zone at the Trenton Municipal Court is Savina, with an average annual extreme minimum air temperature of 1.2 deg F 17.1 deg C. Summers are hot and humid, with a July daily average of 76.3 deg F 24.6 deg C, temperatures reaching or exceeding 90 deg F 32 deg C occur on 21.8 days. Episodes of extreme heat and humidity can occur, with heat index values reaching 100 deg F 38 deg C. Extremes in air temperature have ranged from 14 deg F 26 deg C on February 9, 1934, up to 106 deg F 41 deg C as recently as July 22, 2011. However, air temperatures reaching 0 deg F 18 deg C or 100 deg F 38 deg C are uncommon. The average precipitation is 45.47 inches 115 cm per year, which is fairly evenly distributed through the year. The driest month on average is February, with 2.63 in 67 mm of precipitation on average, while the wettest month is July with 4.39 in 11 cm of rainfall on average, which corresponds with the annual peak in thunderstorm activity. The all-time single-day rainfall record is 7.25 in 18.4 cm on September 16, 1999, during the passage of Hurricane Floyd. The all-time monthly rainfall record is 14.55 in 37.0 cm in August 1955, due to the passage of Hurricane Connie and Hurricane Diane. The wettest year on record was 1996, when 67.90 in 172 cm of precipitation fell. On the flip side, the driest month on record was October 1963, when only 0.5 in 0.1 cm of rain was recorded. The 28.79 in 73 cm of precipitation recorded in 1957 were the lowest ever for the city. Snowfall can vary even more year to year. The average seasonal November-April snowfall total is 24 to 30 inches 61 to 76 cm, but has ranged from as low as 2 and 5.1 cm in the winter of 1918-19 to as high as 76.5 in 194.3 cm in 1995-96. The average snowiest month is February, which corresponds with the annual peak in nor'easter activity. Demographics. 2020 Census. Note: the U.S. Census treats Hispanic/Latino as an ethnic category. This table excludes Latinos from the racial categories and assigns them. Hispanics/Latinos can be of any race. 2010 Census. The 2010 United States Census counted 84,913 people, 28,578 households, and 17,747 families in the city. The population density was 11,101.9 per square mile, 4,286.5/km2. There were 33,035 housing units at an average density of 4,319.2 per square mile, 1667.7/km2. The racial makeup was 26.56%, 22,548.52, Black or African American, 0.70%, 588 Native American, 1.19%, 1013 Asian, 0.13%, 110 Pacific Islander. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 33.71%, 28,621 of the population. Of the 28,578 households, 32.0% had children under the age of 18, 25.1% were married couples living together, 28.1% had a female householder with no husband present, and 37.9% were non-families. Of all households, 30.8% were made up of individuals and 9.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.79 and the average family size was 3.40. 25.1% of the population were under the age of 18, 11.0% from 18 to 24. The median age was 32.6 years. For every 100 females, the population had 106.5 males. For every 100 females ages 18 and older, there were 107.2 males. 2006-2010 survey. The Census Bureau's 2006-2010 American Community Survey showed that in 2010 inflation-adjusted dollars median household income was $36,601 with a margin of error of +$1485, and the median family income was $41,491 +$2778. Males had a median income of $29,884 +$1715 versus $31,319 +$2398 for females. The per capita income for the city was $17,400 +$571. About 22.4% of families and 24.5% of the population were below the poverty line, including 36.3% of those under age 18 and 17.5% of those age 65 or over. 2000 census. As of the 2000 United States Census, there were 85,403 people, 29,437 households, and 18,692 families residing in the city. The population density was 11,153.6 inhabitants per square mile, 4,306.4/km2. There were 33,843 housing units at an average density of 419.9/SQ/1706.5/km2. The racial makeup of the city was 52.6% Black. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 21.53% of the population. There were 29,437 households, 32.4% of which had children under the age of 18 living with them. 29.0% were married couples living together, 27.1% had a female householder with no husband present, and 36.5% were non-families. 29.7% of all households were made up of individuals, and 12.0% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.75. In the city, the age distribution of the population shows 27.7% under the age of 18, 10.1% from 18 to 24, 31.9% from 25 to 44, 18.9% from 45 to 64, and 11.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 32 years. For every 100 females, there were 97.6 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 96.0 males. The median income for a household in the city was $31,074, and the median income for a family was $36,681. Males had a median income of $29,721 versus $26,943 for females. The per capita income for the city was $14,621. About 17.6% of families and 21.1% of the population were below the poverty line, including 26.8% of those under age 18 and 19.5% of those age 65 or over. Top 10 ethnicities reported during the 2000 census by percentage were: economy. Trenton was a major manufacturing center in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. One relic of that era is the slogan "Trenton makes, the world takes," which is displayed on the Lower Free Bridge just north of the Trenton-Morrisville toll bridge. The city adopted the slogan in 1917 to represent Trenton's then leading role as a major manufacturing center for rubber, wire rope, ceramics, and cigars. It was home to American Standard's largest fixture factory. Along with many other United States cities in the 1970s, Trenton fell on hard times when manufacturing and industrial jobs declined. Concurrently, state government agencies began leasing office space in the surrounding suburbs. State government leaders, particularly Governors William Calhoun and Brendan Bryan, attempted to revitalize the downtown area by making it the center of state government. Between 1982 and 1992, more than a dozen office buildings were constructed primarily by the state to house state offices. Today, Trenton's biggest employer is still the state of New Jersey. Each weekday, 20,000 state workers flood into the city from the surrounding suburbs. Notable businesses of the thousands based in Trenton include Italian People's Bakery, a wholesale and retail bakery established in 1936. DeLorenzo's Tomato Pies and Papa's Tomato Pies were also fixtures of the city for many years, though both recently relocated to the suburbs. Urban Enterprise Zone. Portions of Trenton are part of an urban enterprise zone. The city was selected in 1983 as one of the initial group of 10 zones chosen to participate in the program. In addition to other benefits to encourage employment within the zone, shoppers can take advantage of a reduced 3.3% sales tax rate, half of the 6 plus 5/8% rate charged statewide. Established in January 1986, the city's urban enterprise zone status expires in December 2023. The UEZ program in Trenton and 4 other original UEZ cities had been allowed to lapse as of January 1, 2017, after Governor Chris Christie, who called the program an abject failure, vetoed a compromise bill that would have extended the status for 2 years. In May 2018, Governor Phil Murphy signed a law that reinstated the program in these 5 cities and extended the expiration date in other zones. In 2018, the city had an average property tax bill of $3,274, the lowest in the county, compared to an average bill of $8,292 in Mercer County and $8,000. The city had the 6th highest property tax rate in New Jersey, with an equalized rate of 5.264% in 2020, compared to 2.760% in the county as a whole and a statewide average of 2.279%. Television market. Trenton has long been part of the Philadelphia television market. However, following the 2000 United States Census, Trenton was shifted from the Philadelphia Metropolitan Statistical Area to the New York Metropolitan Statistical Area. With a similar shift by the New Haven, Connecticut area to the New York area, they were the first 2 cases where metropolitan statistical areas differed from their defined Nielsen television markets. Also, Trenton was the site of the studios of the former public television station New Jersey Network, aka NJN. Landmarks. New Jersey State Museum combines a collection of archaeology and ethnography, fine art, cultural history, and natural history. New Jersey State House was originally constructed by Jonathan Doan in 1792, with major additions made in 1845, 1865, and 1871. New Jersey State Library serves as a central resource for libraries across the state, as well as serving the state legislature and government. Trenton City Museum, housed in the Italianate-style 1848 Ellerslie Mansion since 1978, the museum features artworks and other materials related to the city's history. Trenton War Memorial, completed in 1932 as a memorial to the war dead from Mercer County during World War I and owned and operated by the state of New Jersey. The building is home to a theater with 1,800 seats that reopened in 1999 after an extensive 5-year-long renovation project. Old barracks dating back to 1758 and the French and Indian War, the barracks were constructed as a place to house British troops in lieu of housing the soldiers in the homes of area residents. The site was used by both the Continental Army and British forces during the Revolutionary War and stands as the last remaining colonial barracks in the state. Trenton Battle Monument located in the heart of the Five Points neighborhood. The monument was built to commemorate the Continental Army's victory in the December 26, 1776, Battle of Trenton. The monument was designed by John H. Duncan and features a statue of George Washington atop a pedestal that stands on a granite column 148 feet 45 in height. Trenton City Hall. The building was constructed based on a 1907 design by architect Spencer Roberts and opened to the public in 1910. The council chambers stand 2 stories high and features a mural by Everett that highlights Trenton's industrial history. William Trent House, constructed in 1719 by William Trent, who the following year laid out what would become the city of Trenton. The house was owned by Governor Louis Maurice, who used the house as his official residence in the 1740s. Governor Philemon Dickerson used the home as his official residence in the 1830s, as did Rodman M. Price in the 1850s. Sports. Because of Trenton's near equal distance to both New York City and Philadelphia, and because most homes in Mercer County receive network broadcasts from both cities, locals are sharply divided in fan loyalty. It is common to find Philadelphia's Phillies, Eagles, 76ers, Union, and Flyers fans cheering and arguing right alongside fans of New York's Yankees, Mets, Nets, Knicks, Rangers, Islanders, Jets, Red Bulls, and Giants, or the New Jersey Devils. Between 1948 and 1979, Trenton Speedway, located in adjacent Hamilton Township, hosted world-class auto racing. Drivers such as Jim Clark, A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, Al Unser, Bobby Unser, Richard Petty, and Bobby Allison raced on the 1-mile 1.6 km asphalt oval and then reconfigured 1+1/2-mile racetrack. The Speedway, which closed in 1980, was part of the larger New Jersey State Fairgrounds complex, which also closed in 1983. The former site of the Speedway and Fairgrounds is now the grounds for sculpture. The Trenton Thunder minor league team, owned by Joe Plumery, plays at 6,341-seat Arm and Hammer Park, the stadium which Plumery had previously named after his father in 1999. The team was previously affiliated with the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, Detroit Tigers, and Chicago White Sox, but became an unaffiliated collegiate summer baseball team of the MLB Draft League beginning in 2021. The Trenton Freedom of the Professional Indoor Football League were founded in 2013 and played their games at the Sun National Bank Center. The Freedom ended operations in 2015, joining the short-lived Trenton Steel in 2011 and Trenton Lightning in 2001 as indoor football teams that had brief operating lives at the arena. Parks and Recreation. Cadwallader Park, Trenton's largest city park, covering 109.5 acres 44.3 ha. It was designed by landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted, who is most famous for designing New York City's Central Park. Historic sites. Adams and Sickles Building, added January 31, 1980 as $80,002,498, is a focal point for West End neighborhood and is remembered for its soda fountain and corner druggist. Friends Burying Ground, adjacent to the Trenton Friends Meeting House, is the burial site of several national and state political figures prominent in the city's early history. Trenton Friends Meeting House, added April 30, 2008 as $8,362,000, dating back to 1739. It was occupied by the British Dragoons in 1776 and by the Continental Army later in the Revolutionary War. Government. Local government. The City of Trenton is governed within the Faulkner Act, formerly known as the Optional Municipal Charter Law, under the mayor-council system of municipal government, one of 71 municipalities of the 565 statewide that use this form of government. The governing body is comprised of a mayor and a 7-member city council. 3 city council members are elected at large, and 4 come from each of 4 wards. The mayor and council members are elected concurrently on a nonpartisan basis to 4-year terms of office as part of the May municipal election. As of 2020, the mayor of Trenton is Reed Gussier, who had previously served in the New Jersey General Assembly before taking office as mayor. Members of the City Council are Council President Kathy McBride at large, Gerald A. Blakely at large, Marge Caldwell Wilson North Ward, Joseph A. Harrison East Ward, George P. Muschel South Ward, Santiago Rodriguez at large, and Robin M. Vaughn West Ward, all serving terms of office ending June 30, 2022. Interim Mayor 2014. From February 7 to July 1, 2014, the acting mayor was George Muschel, who retroactively assumed the office on that date due to the felony conviction of Tony F. Mack, who had taken office on July 1, 2010. Muschel, who was council president, was selected by the city council to serve as the interim mayor to finish the term. Mayor's conviction and removal from office. On February 7, 2014, Mack and his brother, Raphael Mack, were convicted by a federal jury of bribery, fraud, and extortion, based on the details of their participation in a scheme to take money in exchange for helping get approvals to develop a downtown parking garage as part of a sting operation by law enforcement. Days after the conviction, the Office of the New Jersey Attorney General filed motions to have Mack removed from office, as state law requires the removal of elected officials after convictions for corruption. Initially, Mack fought the removal of him from the office, but on February 26, a Superior Court judge ordered his removal, and any actions taken by Mack between February 7 and the 26th could have been reversed by Muschel. Previously, Mack's housing director quit after it was learned he had a theft conviction. His chief of staff was arrested trying to buy heroin. His half-brother, whose authority he elevated at the city water plant, was arrested on charges of stealing. His law director resigned after arguing with Mack over complying with open records laws and potential violations of laws prohibiting city contracts to big campaign donors. Federal, state, and county representation. Trenton is located in the 12th Congressional District and is part of New Jersey's 15th State Legislative District. Prior to the 2010 census, Trenton had been split between the 4th Congressional District and the 12th Congressional District, a change made by the New Jersey Redistricting Commission that took effect in January 2013 based on the results of the November 2012 general elections. For the 117th United States Congress, New Jersey's 12th Congressional District is represented by Bonnie Watson Coleman D. Ewing Township. New Jersey is represented in the United States Senate by Democrats Cory Booker, Newark, term ends 2027, and Bob Menendez Harrison, term ends 2025. For the 2022-2023 session, the 15th Legislative District of the New Jersey Legislature is represented in the state Senate by Shirley Turner D. Lawrence Township, Mercer County, and in the General Assembly by Verliner Reynolds Jackson D. Trenton, and Anthony Verrilli D. Hopewell Township. Mercer County is governed by a county executive who oversees the day-to-day operations of the county and by a 7-member board of chosen freeholders that acts in a legislative capacity setting policy. All officials are chosen at large in partisan elections, with the executive serving a 4-year term of office, while the freeholders serve 3-year terms of office on a staggered basis, with either 2 or 3 seats up for election each year. As of 2014, the county executive is Brian M. Hughes D. Term ends December 31, 2015, Princeton. Mercer County's freeholders are Freeholder Chair Andrew Kuntz D. 2016, Princeton. Freeholder Vice Chair Samuel T. Frisbee, SR 2015, Trenton. N.M. Cannon 2015, East Windsor Township. Anthony P. Carabelli 2016, Trenton. John A. Cimino 2014, Hamilton Township. Pasquale Pat Calavita, Junior 2015, Lawrence Township, and Lucille R.S., Walter 2014, Ewing Township. Mercer County's constitutional officers are County Clerk Paula Salami-Kovalo D. 2015, Sheriff John A. Kemmler D. 2014, and Surrogate Diane Jarofsky D. 2016. Politics 6 Politics Politics 6 Politics Politics. As of March 23, 2011, there were a total of 37,407 registered voters in Trenton, of which 16,819 (45.0%) were registered as Democrats, 1,328 (3.6%) were registered as Republicans, and 19,248 (50). There were 12 voters registered to other parties. In the 2012 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 93.4% of the vote, 23,125 cast, ahead of Republican Mitt Romney with 6.2%, 1,528 votes, and other candidates with 0.4%, 97 votes, among the 27,831. In the 2008 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 89.9% of the vote here, 23,577 cast, ahead of Republican John McCain with 8.2%, 2,157 votes, and other candidates with 0.5%, 141 votes, among the 26,000. In the 2004 presidential election, Democrat John Kerry received 79.8% of the vote here, 18,539 ballots cast, outpolling Republican George W. Bush with 16.3%, 3,791 votes, and other candidates with 0.4%, 146. In the 2013 gubernatorial election, Democrat Barbara Buono received 74.7% of the vote, 9,179 cast, ahead of Republican Chris Christie with 24.7%, 3,035 votes, and other candidates with 0.6%, 77 votes. In the 2009 gubernatorial election, Democrat John Corzine received 81.6% of the vote here, 10,235 ballots cast, ahead of Republican Chris Christie with 12.4%, 1,560 votes, Independent Chris Daggett with 2.4%, 305 votes, and other candidates. Fire Department. The City of Trenton is protected on a full-time basis by the City of Trenton Fire and Emergency Services Department (TFD), which has been a paid department since 1892, after having been originally established in 1747 as a volunteer fire department. The TFD operates out of 7 fire stations and operates a fire apparatus fleet of 7 engine companies. Education, colleges, and universities. Trenton is the home of 2 post-secondary institutions, Thomas Edison State University, serving adult students around the nation and worldwide, and Mercer County Community College's James Kearney campus. The College of New Jersey, formerly named Trenton State College, was founded in Trenton in 1855 and is now located in nearby Ewing Township. Rider University was founded in Trenton in 1865 as the Trenton Business College. In 1959, Rider moved to its current location in nearby Lawrence Township. Public schools. The Trenton Public Schools serve students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. The district is one of 31 former Abbott districts statewide, which are now referred to as SDA districts based on the requirement for the state to cover all costs for school building and renovation projects in these districts under the supervision of the New Jersey Schools Development Authority. The district's Board of Education, with 7 members, sets policy and oversees the fiscal and educational operation of the district through its superintendent administration. As a Type I school district, the board's trustees are appointed by the mayor to serve 3-year terms of office on a staggered basis, with either 2 or 3 seats up for reappointment each year. The school district has undergone a construction renaissance throughout the district. As of the 2018-19 school year, the district, comprised of 20 schools, had an enrollment of 14,500 students and 884.4 classroom teachers on an FTE basis, for a student-teacher ratio of 16.41. Schools in the district with 2018-19 enrollment data from the National Center for Education Statistics are: Columbus Elementary School 371 students in grades K-5, Franklin Elementary School 405, K-5, Grant Elementary School 571, pre-K-5, Gregory Elementary School 567, K-5, Harrison Elementary School 221, pre-K-5, P.J. Hill Elementary School 800, pre-K-5, Jefferson Elementary School 434, K-5, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School 775, K-5, Mott Elementary School 426, K-5, Parker Elementary School 531, K-5, Robbins Elementary School 541, K-5, Washington Elementary School 409, K-5, Wilson Elementary School 498, pre-K-5, Grace A. Dunn Middle School 893, 68, Hedgepeth Williams Middle School 674, 68, Joyce Kilmer Middle School 370, 68, Louis Munoz Rivera Middle School 483, 68, Trenton Ninth Grade Academy 707, 9, Daylight/Twilight Alternative High School 443, 912, and Trenton Central High School 1818, 912. Eighth grade students from all of Mercer County are eligible to apply to attend the high school programs offered by the Mercer County Technical Schools, a county-wide vocational school district that offers full-time career and technical education at its Health Sciences Academy, STEM Academy, and Academy of Culinary Arts, with no tuition charged to students for attendance. Marie H. Katzenbach School for the Deaf, previously New Jersey School for the Deaf, and New Jersey State Institution for the Deaf and Dumb, the statewide school for the deaf, opened in Trenton in 1883 and was there until 1923, when it moved to West Trenton. Charter schools. Trenton is home to several charter schools, including Capital Preparatory Charter High School, Emily Fisher Charter School, Foundation Academy Charter School, International Charter School, Paul Robeson Charter School, and Village Charter School. The International Academy of Trenton, owned and monitored by the Savas School Network, became a charter school in 2014. On February 22, 2017, Trenton's Mayor Eric Jackson visited the school when it opened its doors in the former Trenton Times building on 500 Perry Street, after completion of a $17 million renovation project. After receiving notice from the New Jersey Department of Education that the school's charter would not be renewed due to issues with academic performance and school management, the school closed its doors on June 30, 2018. Private schools. Trenton Catholic Academy High School serves students in grades 9-12, while Trenton Catholic Academy Grammar School serves students in pre-K through 8th grade. Both schools operate under the auspices of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Trenton. Trenton is home to El Bayon Academy, which opened for preschool students in September 2001 and added grades in subsequent years. Trenton Community Music School is a not-for-profit community school of the arts. The school was founded by Executive Director Marcia Wood in 1997. The school operates at Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church on Tuesdays and the Copeland Center for the Performing Arts on Saturdays. Crime. In 2005, The city was named the fourth most dangerous in 2005 out of 100 cities, with a population of 75,000 to 99,999, ranked nationwide in the 12th annual Morgan-Quitno survey. In the 2006 survey, Trenton was ranked as the 14th most dangerous city overall out of 371 cities included nationwide in the Morgan-Quitno survey, and was again named as the fourth most dangerous municipality of 126 cities in the 75,000 to 99,999 population range. In September 2011, the city laid off 108 police officers due to budget cuts. This constituted almost one-third of the Trenton Police Department and required 30 senior officers to be sent out on patrols in lieu of supervisory duties. In 2013, the city set a new record with 37 homicides. In 2014, there were 23 murders through the end of July, and the city's homicide rate was on track to break the record set the previous year until an 81-day period when there were no murders in Trenton. The city ended the year with 34 murders. In 2020, the city surpassed the 2013 homicide number with a record 40 homicides. New Jersey State Prison. The New Jersey State Prison, formerly Trenton State Prison, has 2 maximum security units. It houses some of the state's most dangerous individuals, which included New Jersey's death row population until the state banned capital punishment in 2007. The following is inscribed over the original entrance to the prison: labor, silence, penitence. The penitentiary house, erected by legislative authority. Richard Howell, Governor. In the Roman 22 year of American independence, MDCCXCVI, that those who are feared for their crimes may learn to fear the laws and be useful. Hic labor, hic opus. Transportation, roads and highways. As of May 2010, the city had a total of 168.80 miles, 271.66 km of roadways, of which 145.57 miles, 234.27 km, were maintained by the municipality, 11.33 miles, 18.23 km by Mercer County, 10.9. City highways include the Trenton Freeway, part of U.S. Route 1, and the John Fitch Parkway, which is part of Route 29. Canal Boulevard, more commonly known as Route 129, connects US 1 and Route 29 in South Trenton. US Route 206, Route 31, and Route 33 also pass through the city via regular city streets: Broad Street / Brunswick Avenue / Princeton Avenue, Pennington Avenue, and Greenwood Avenue, respectively. Route 29 connects the city to Interstate 295 and Interstate 195, the latter providing a connection to the New Jersey Turnpike Interstate 95 at Exit 7 in Robbinsville Township. Public transportation. Public transportation within the city and to / from its nearby suburbs is provided in the form of local bus routes run by NJ Transit. SEPTA also provides bus service to adjacent Bucks County, Pennsylvania. The Trenton Transit Center, located on the heavily traveled Northeast Corridor, serves as the northbound terminus for SEPTA's Trenton Line local train service to Philadelphia and southbound terminus for NJ Transit Rail's Northeast Corridor Line local train service to New York Penn Station. The train station also serves as the northbound terminus for the River Line, a diesel light rail line that runs to Camden. 2 additional River Line stops, Cass Street and Hamilton Avenue, are located within the city. Long-distance transportation is provided by Amtrak train service along the Northeast Corridor. The closest commercial airport is Trenton Mercer Airport in Ewing Township, about 8 miles 13 km from the center of Trenton, which has been served by Frontier Airlines, offering service to and from 13 points nationwide. Other nearby major airports are Newark Liberty International Airport and Philadelphia International Airport, located 55.2 miles 88.8 km and 43.4 miles 69.9 0.8 km away, respectively, and reachable by direct New Jersey Transit or Amtrak rail link to Newark, and by SEP. NJ Transit Bus Operations provides bus service between Trenton and Philadelphia on the 409 route, with service to surrounding communities on the 600, 601, 602, 603, 604, 606, 607, 608, 609, and 611. The Greater Mercer Transportation Management Association offers service on the Route 130 connection between the Trenton Transit Center and the South Brunswick Warehouse District, with stops along the route including How. Media. Trenton is served by two daily newspapers, The Times and the Trentonian, as well as a monthly advertising magazine, the City Trenton NEWS. Radio station WKXW is also licensed to Trenton. Defunct periodicals include the Trenton True American. A local television station, W5CDT-V 25, serves the Trenton area. Trenton is officially part of the Philadelphia television market, but some local pay TV operators also carry stations serving the New York market. While it is its own radio market, many Philadelphia and New York stations are easily receivable. Notable people.